having everybody stand up. Alright. Go ahead and take a seat if you're a college athlete. Now go ahead and take a seat if you know or you're friends with a college athlete. Okay, everyone's sitting. So we all know someone or a college athlete ourselves. So obviously that's very important. I was told in an interview here that 84% of students here are actually college athletes. Understanding the physical and the psychological side of how college sports affect us can help us make better choices for ourselves. Personally, I did a lot of research on this, and I'm a college athlete. Let's look at the fact that there are physical and psychological pros and cons to being a college student athlete, following two main points. First, we'll initially discuss the psychological pros and cons, and then we'll move on to the physical pros and cons. Jumping in, let's look at the mental side. There are a few specific mental positives that we should know. And the first, that it makes us better employees. Johnny Olson, a junior Olympic silver medalist and an owner of a $100,000 company, said in an online post on March 21st, "The first thing I do in an interview is I search the resume for student athlete. Student athletes had the opportunity to go out every weekend. They had the opportunity to go party, and instead they made a sacrifice to get up every morning and go be performers. And that's what sets them above every other person who comes in." We also have to look at the direct positive mental health benefits. An online article on sports mental health by WebMD, reviewed by Smitha Bernardi on February 26, 2024, said that sports help us manage stress. Exercise helps release endorphins, and they both help reduce adrenaline and cortisol. Now that we've covered the positive mental side, let's look at the negative mental side. There are undeniable negative mental health effects. The first is that stress is expected in college athletes, which a lot of us can probably relate to. Medicat, an online source, said on September 13th, 2023, "The pressure to perform at such a high level, the demands of the rigorous training, the schedules and academic responsibilities and expectations placed on athletes by coaches can all take a toll on mental health." Our second point is FOMO. FOMO means fear of missing out. A lot of athletes spend so much time in class and in their sport that they don't have a lot of time outside, which leads a lot of us to feel like we're missing out. A 2019 study done by the College of Baylor University said that 75% of young adults struggle with FOMO. Looking back, we now understand the positives of the mental and negatives of the mental side. But to get the whole picture, let's look at the physical side. Let's start with the physical pros. Staying in shape throughout life can be a side effect from learning proper technique to exercise in college. Sports in your young life can help equal better future habits. The CDC published a study in April 24, 2024 about the physical benefits. They spoke about how weight maintenance is, how it's easier to maintain your weight throughout life if you started early, how it lowers the risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and even cancerous cells in your body. It also helps build community and connections. Through our sports, we build friendships, relationships, job opportunities, and you never know who will end up being your boss, coworker, groomsman, bridesmaid, or even your best friend. Finally, let's look at the physical negatives. Long-lasting arthritis can be a result, and injuries can affect life outside of your sport. A study conducted with 100 participants aging 40 through 70 years old by Open Sports Medicine in May 2024, here's what they found. All felt competitive in nature. Most of them turned to alcohol for pain. Mass amounts felt resentment towards their sport, which is crazy. Some even saying that they would never go to another match or meet again. Many people blame their weight and lack of exercise due to injuries that they obtained in sports. But all said that they used to love it one way or another. We've looked at the two-edged sword of college athletics, so let's do a quick review. In conclusion, there's both physical and psychological pros and cons of being a college student athlete. First, we explored the positive sports have on mental health. Then we moved forward into time management, stress, and it can all be negatively impacted by sports. Obviously, collegiate sports are not all bad, so there's pros on the physical body, and then we ended with the long-lasting negative effects that it can have. Looking at all sides should help impact your choice in trying a new sport or giving it up for your own well-being. Sports should be positive, so keep it beneficial to you. If nothing else, have empathy for yourself or the athletes that you know, because college sports are roller coasters of ups and downs, positives and negatives. Thank you.